So here's the third call, and this is another yarn. This is a yarn. This is like a good yarn, a good story, entertaining story about peeing on a woman.
What's up, Sick and Wrong? This is Marv the Android, and I'm driving through the Midwest right now, and I'm in like Texas or Oklahoma or Kansas or something because I don't know. They all look the same.
They do all look the same.
And
well, Texas and Oklahoma, I consider the South.
Yeah, but I mean, even when you're driving through like Wyoming and where is it, Iowa? It's just the terrain looks exactly the same. Like you wouldn't even know if there weren't signs. You'd have no idea what state you're in. It's very boring.
I bet you I could differentiate between a lot of these states.
Maybe
Texas and Oklahoma are more deserty. You know, Iowa has got a lot of corn. Wyoming,
but most of it's just
mountainous.
farmlands. Like when I drove
Nebraska and Iowa, I would have
Nebraska, Iowa, and Wyoming. It just seemed like the exact same. Long,
Indiana,
8-hour state.
Ohio,
Illinois
That's
down
tough.
there. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think pissing on people's cool. I've only done it once, and there was this girl that I knew who's this like big metal geek, and she's into guar and stuff. And one day we were drinking, and we made a deal that if she could do her laundry in my house, and I bought her a case of beer, I get to piss on her. And
so wait, he made a deal with this woman. He said, "If I'll let you do your laundry in my house, and I'll buy you a case of beer, but I also get to piss on you."
Yeah,
that doesn't
I
sound like
this is a one-time piss deal.
Doesn't sound like a bad day. It sounds like a good situation for her. I mean, she just has to get a little bit of piss on her.
A bit?
Well, I mean, whatever, dude. She gets a free case of beer. I'm sure Bob Madigan would have been like, sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Although Bob Madigan's kind of like Homer Simpson. He only wears one, pair of clothing, so I don't think he really didn't do laundry. I've never seen Bob even change his shirt.
I wouldn't want to. But, I mean, I'm thinking it's got to be like a full stream of piss.
Well,
I'm not going to buy a girl a case of beer and let her do laundry at my house just to like get a little bit of piss on her toe, and then she's like, ew, and runs out of the bathroom.
No, I'd want to drink at least like 2 gallons of water beforehand. So, there'd be a lot of urine.
I ended up forgetting about it, and she brought it up a couple times because I guess she really had to do laundry and didn't want to pay $1 laundromat. So
I think this girl, I think she's using this as an excuse to get pissed on.
What kind of beer is he allowed to give her?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he didn't really specify. Well, let's see. Maybe he does specify.
And she wanted a case of beer, I guess. High Life. And
all right, that's totally worth it. That is totally worth it. I mean, to get
for him or for her?
No, for her. I mean, she's getting just some urine on her face for a whole case of High Life.
Wait, nobody even said anything about the face.
It's got to be on the face.
No, it could be on her leg. You just immediately go from like, oh, she's gonna let me piss on her to pissing right in her face.
I thought it has to be on the face. Why would you give a case of beer to a girl to pee on her if you're not going to piss on her face? What, are you going to piss on her toes?
Yeah.
That's a waste of urine.
A lot of dudes are into their feet.
Nah, dude, you got to piss.
I would think that definitely if you've never pissed on this particular girl before, you don't start with her face.
I think start big. Go all out. Because this might be your only opportunity to ever pee on a girl again. Seriously, this might be the one. Women are whimsical. She might be the next day like, I really wasn't into that. And all you did is you got to pee on her, big toe. Whereas if you pissed all over her face, showered her down, like her hair's wet with your urine, you're like, well, I did actually get to pee all over a girl's face. Might never happen again.
It's true. But this is getting into like an awfully rapey area with your line of thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, he could be like, Your Honor.
This logic could be transferred to doing a lot of things to a woman that maybe, and then she doesn't really want to, but like tomorrow she might regret it, and then I'll be like the winner.
Yeah, but he could be like, Your Honor, give her a case of High Life, and then he'd be like, oh, okay, all right, case dismissed.
Well, I like the concept that she keeps bringing it up because she really needs to do her laundry and she wants a case of beer. I mean, maybe she's into this guy and she likes to get pissed on.
Which I think this guy...
And she's playing this little coy game that like, oh, I'm only doing it for the case of beer and laundry, but really she wants like, she wants to have a piss relationship with him.
Any woman who likes
maybe
to
even
get...
some sex thrown in with it.
Any woman who likes to get pissed on is a keeper, in my opinion.
So,
really? Because that means other dudes have pissed on her before she's got to you. Remember that.
She's going to be fun. She's going to be a lot more fun than a girl that's probably not into being pissed on.
That's true.
But here, let's see what happens.
We're drinking, and I gotta hold up my end of the deal. I bought her a case, and we're drinking at her house, and she just said it's time, and we walked outside in the parking lot in her apartment. She yelled to all of her neighbors to come out on the balcony.
Wow.
No one really knew what was going on. So we have an audience, and she just sits down on the ground, and I just pee all over her. I couldn't pee in her hair. That was a rule. And there was this guy that she'd been kind of messing around with that lived across the parking lot from her. And he came out, and he was watching, and I knew that he'd been messing around, so while I'm pissing on her, I'm just making full eye contact with this guy. And he looked destroyed. I can't say I didn't enjoy it. But it was pretty cool. It was the only time I've ever done it. And, I guess it's not very sick and wrong, but it's a good story.
Yes, it is.
Right.
I think that is actually it fits the sick and wrong category completely.
I would suggest if you're going to piss on a woman, not to do it in front of a bunch of witnesses.
Well, that's what I mean. Isn't that
for various reasons?
Yeah, I mean, it surprises me. Yeah, this girl's definitely a freak. She's a freak of the industry, as Digital Underground would say. But that's if you were that guy, would you be like, all right? Would you even call her up and say we're not seeing each other anymore, or would you just never speak to her again?
The guy that pissed on her, or the dude from across the way?
You're a guy. You've been messing around with this girl, hooking up every now and then. You're not dating, but you're leading towards dating, or maybe you are. Maybe you just started dating, and then
to say in this day and age.
Yeah, and then
I would cut off communication.
So you wouldn't even say this is, you wouldn't even say like goodbye and you're a craven whore. You just end it.
No, because I don't blame her for. I mean, if this is happening, I blame myself that I should have known she was a craven whore. I mean,
I think the first thing I would do is get an STD
as a whore
check.
Does. A whore is as a whore does. Like, if I thought that she was some librarian chick, and the next thing I know, I'm looking out my back porch and some other random dude's pissing on her. That's my judgment. That has been poorly.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think
fault.
this is something you should regret, even having gone there. You should be like, okay, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Now I'm going to go get STD checked. The whole battery of tests.
We're
That's
just not a good match. I'm not the type of guy who's cool with your activities.
But if I was this guy, I would definitely.
You're fine.
She obviously is into you. I mean, if she's willing to get pissed on. So if I was this guy, I would definitely keep. It's good to have a bird like that on hand. That's all I'm saying.